Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm gonna give you guys a story time slash makeup tutorial for the first day of school. So my story time is pretty much based on how I went to a new school, I moved cities, and it was just a pretty tough time, and the people there did not make it any easier. So if you guys want to see how I achieved this look and my little story time, just go ahead and keep on watching. So I'm going to start off with this moisturizer. My freaking skin is hella dry in the mornings. I need some new moisturizer. My skin is hella dry in the mornings because of the change of temperatures and everything. It's hot, it's cold. Freaking skin is gonna end up breaking and shite up. But anyway, drink a lot of water, okay, to keep your skin hydrated. So I'm just gonna slap this on my face, just so I can have some of the product actually stay on there. I feel like I get more dry around my eyelids, under my eyelids, and on my nose. I don't know why. I used to be very oily before, like when I would put on my makeup, like I'd be shining, like hella shining. Now that I've got that out of the way, I'm just gonna go ahead and begin with color correction. I have a lot of dark circles around my eyes. And my little pimples I want out. For me, the first day of school was never exciting. I hated having to go find my classes, and if it was a new school, I hated having to be introduced to new people. Like, starting a new school can be pretty scary. I remember my first day of school, and especially if you're in high school, oh my god, like, people are so mean. My first day of school, I unfortunately had to move, and I had to start a new school. I had to make new friends, and this was my sophomore year of high school. So it sucked because I had to make new friends. I had to leave my old friends that I grew up with. Like, I literally went with these kids to kinder, like everything, you know. They were pretty much like my siblings. So I had to make new friends, new whatever, yada yada. And it's my first day of school, and I'm sitting down, and some girl freaking goes up to me and she's like, "You're sitting in my seat." Typical freaking bully that you only usually see in movies. Okay, let me show you guys the foundation I'm using. I'm using the Kat Von D Lock It foundation and the Makeup Forever foundation, and I'm just gonna mix these together and apply it all over my face. So, typical bully, she's like, "You're sitting in my seat." This biatch is like 6 feet tall. Have in mind that I'm like 5'4", and I'm just looking at her and I'm like, "You're a fucking bitch, dude." Like, tell her that. And then she's like, "I'm just kidding." Don't be mean to somebody. Like, if they're freaking you, go up to them, introduce yourself, you know, make them feel comfortable, because it fucking sucks if they had to move homes and they have to make new friends. Like, I've been in that situation. Luckily for me, it was really easy for me to make friends, acquaintances, you can say. But it sucked. Like, that day I went home freaking crying, okay? Like, I was so pissed off at my mom. I was so pissed off at life. Like, I hated everything. I was like, why the hell do I have to live over here? I don't freaking like these people. They're fucking weird. Okay, so now I'm just gonna use my brush here and just blend all that out. I would say like, oh, these people are weird, just because where I went to school before, it was very different. Like, people didn't really, or I don't know if I did just pay attention, but people really didn't bother for branded clothes, you know what I mean? Then I found out that these people shopped at DD's, and then I was just like, y'all are nothing but talk, you know what I mean? But they would wear like Gucci clothes, like expensive. I'm sorry, you guys. I suffer from allergies, so yeah. Those are my problems in the mornings. I wake up with like a super runny nose. Okay, so I'm gonna blend this out with my beauty blender. Just set that down. So what was I saying? Where I went to school before, you would see nothing but like white Pro Club shirts with like 501s or Dickies. I don't even think they make 501s anymore, but Dickies, like stuff like just simple crap, you know, and Air Force Ones. And over there they freaking wore like expensive as shit, like everybody there. And here comes simple me, which I didn't care, honestly. Like, that was just how I dressed. But when I went over there, I was just so freaking depressed. Like, I hated my life. I wanted to freaking crawl under a rock. Like, be nice to people if they're new, you know. Go up to them, say hi, introduce yourself. And if you feel, even if they freaking dress different than you, like, you should try them out. They're probably pretty cool. Because a lot of people would tell me, I think you were a freaking bitch. Do I look like a bitch? Because I fucking look like the nicest person in the whole world. Well, at least to me. Okay, so next I'm going to use my spoolie and my pomade from Anastasia. And I'm just pretty much going to just brush out and go over my regular eyebrow. I'm not going to shape it. I'm just going to clean it up after with the concealer. But I don't want nothing exaggerating for the first day of school. Or throughout the school year. I just want something soft and pretty much basic. I'm trying to be extra. I mean, if you want to be extra, go for it. You know, but because I have noticed that a few girls like to wear a lot of makeup nowadays. And I mean, by all means, makeup is life, right? Well, at least to me. Okay, so I'm pretty much just going over my eyebrow shape. So as I was saying, yeah, it was my freshman year. I was so pissed off because I had to move cities. I had to start a new school. I did not know anyone, so I was hella mad the first day of school. Like, I didn't talk to anybody. I literally sat in lunch by myself because I thought everybody was freaking weird. My grades started to go down and I would just get home. It's never too early in the hood to commit a crime. So next I'm gonna grab my Maybelline concealer and my little Wet n Wild brush, and I'm just going to clean out the bottom. And set it with the setting powder. Excuse me, I had hiccups.
Mornings, late nights, putting in my time, I'ma get it right. I want it all, I want it all. So if you're trying to ball,
it's your choice if you want to clean up the top part of your eyebrow. I'm just going to clean it out a little bit just so it doesn't look too jacked up. Okay, and next I'm just going to apply concealer under my under eyes. the sides of my nose to contour. Okay, let me keep telling you guys my story. So, you know, I moved to Victorville. This girl's being the biggest bully ever, and I'm just like, really? I hated my life. I went home, I was crying, not because she fucking said that shit, but I was just like, why? Like, why the hell do I freaking have to come over here, see your bitch ass, when I have freaking friends that actually care about me and that I grew up with? Okay, so I'm just setting my eyes with the setting powder on the end, on the bottom, just so it doesn't crease and creates wrinkles. So next I'm going to grab this shade right here, and I'm just going to use one color. So I'm pretty much just saying this story so you guys can kind of lighten up and be a little nicer to whoever is new in school, or if you're new in school, you know, make the effort and you introduce yourself. So I'm just applying this on my eyelid, and I'm going to blend it out towards my brow bone, and it's pretty much just going to diffuse. And I'm just adding one color. You know, make the effort. Yeah, sometimes we're embarrassed, but we're being put in these positions so we can get out of our comfort zone. And I realized that, because after that, honestly, I felt like if I could go through that shit and be okay, I can go through anything, because it honestly was horrible. Like, everybody was just whispering like, oh, did you see the new girl? Like, sometimes even if it's a good thing, like, you kind of, the eyes are on you, you know, so you kind of feel like pressure. But whatever, that's life. You grow out of it, you get over it. Oh, shit. Yeah, and shit like that happens to you in life. Okay, so just blend it out towards your brow bone. The darkest shade should be on your eyelid. Well, it's the only shade, but it should be a little bit darker on your eyelid. And then just diffuse it outwards. It's completely up to you if you want to apply eyeliner or contour your cheekbones or chisel your eyebrows. If you want to go all out for your first day of school, it's completely up to you. I'm being basic today because I want to get up and get the hell out of my house and get to school on time, so I'm just doing it pretty simple. Next, I'm going to apply my Tarte mascara. I'm going to apply some falsies, but they're going to be very thin, like very light, nothing exaggerating. So the lashes I'm going to use are these right here, and they are super thin and just natural looking. Okay, so while I let the eyelashes dry off, I'm just going to apply my blush. Just a little here and a little here. High cheekbones run in my family, so that's why it's kind of like perfect cheekbone up here. So I got blessed with high cheekbones. Next, you already know, I'm going to apply my Milani highlighter. And very little, just because, like I said, I'm trying to look all dramatic when I go to school. So just applying it very lightly. I did apply my eyelashes off camera just because it is a little bit more of a concentration where I want to get it right. Okay, so next I'm going to use my MAC lipstick. It's in Mare. I love it because it's a very natural color. So this is pretty much self-explanatory of how to apply lipstick. So I'm going to fast forward this.
Don't worry about me, I'll be home in no time. That passenger's reserved for you trying to ball, girl, come get involved. And I know
I did fall asleep with my braids. And the reason that I braided at night, it's just so I can get kind of like a wave effect. And if you don't like to do your hair in the mornings like me, yada yada, just because it's a little easier to just get up and leave, then I suggest for you guys to do this at night, just so you guys can look at, like, at least like you guys took your time to do your hair, you know what I mean? So I'm just gonna push this back here and kind of just mess with your hair. And this is it for the finished look for your first day of school. Pretty easy for us lazy girls that just want to get up and leave. I mean, you could never go wrong with wavy hair like this. And just kind of mess with your bangs so it kind of, I have dandruff, so kind of just mess with your bangs to kind of make it a little curve. And I just pulled my side hairs right here to the side behind my ear, and that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed my video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and don't forget to be nice in school. We have too many assholes in this world. We don't need one more. Okay, have a good day at school. I'll see you guys next time on my next video. Peace out.
early mornings, late nights, putting in my time, I'ma get it right.